Yes, hello everyone, welcome back to our channel students. So in this video we are going to talk about the nomenclature of haloalkanes and haloarenes. In our previous video we have discussed and we have got the information regarding the introduction to haloalkanes and haloarenes, and also we have seen the classification of haloalkanes and haloarenes. So here let's go for the nomenclature. Okay, the common names of alkyl halide are derived by writing alkyl group first, and then followed by halide group. Here this is the common name of representing. For example, methyl chloride. In that methyl, that is the alkyl group, and then it will be followed by halogen or halide group, that is chloride. Clear? That is the common way of representing. But in IUPAC system, alkyl halides in IUPAC system. In IUPAC system, okay, in case of IUPAC system, alkyl halides are derived as haloalkanes. It means halogen first and then it is followed by the alkane group. For example, for the same compound, for CH3Cl, the common name will be first the alkyl group and then the halide group. Common name will be first alkyl, that is methyl, and then followed by the halide group, that is chloride. So methyl chloride is the common name, whereas in IUPAC system, it will be in the format of haloalkanes. Halogen first, that is chloromethane. Yeah? And then haloarenes are same in both common and IUPAC system also. Regarding haloarenes, we use the same system, that is means haloarenes format only in both common names and also IUPAC name. For example, this is an haloarene, so this should be written in this format. Haloarenes, chloroarenes, benzene. This is a benzene. Okay? So this is how we write the IUPAC name for haloalkanes and haloarenes. Let's take some examples for this. Let's take some example. It is okay, let's start writing the IUPAC name for this one. See, this is the halogen we have, and we have 1, 2, 3 and 4 carbon atoms. Clear? So it is, so in order for our understanding purpose, let's write in this format. CH3 and chlorine is added to this carbon, and we have hydrogen and hydrogen. Clear? So in the initial stages of writing the IUPAC name, follow this format only. Clear? So it will make it easier for you. So now we should find out the longest chain. Clear? That is the first rule. So it is clear that this is the longest chain. If we are numbering 1, 2, 3, 4, because we have the hydrogen here, it should get the lowest number. Okay. So now let us name this this compound. Let us name this. So we have the chlorine in the second carbon atom. So it is 2-chloro, 2-chloro. How many carbon atoms are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. That is bute, 2-chloro-bute. All are single bond. So it is alkane. So 2-chlorobutane. It is the IUPAC name for this compound. Is it clear now? So let's take one more example. Let's take one more example. It is clear. So this is the next example. We have bromine attached to this carbon atom. So now in this case, let's write the complete structure first. Okay, we have this bromine and we have one more carbon and 3-methyl group. 3-methyl group have been attached to this carbon. Okay, let's write it. CH3, CH3 and CH3 group. So now the thing is, you need to identify the longest chain. Which is the longest chain here? So I need to identify the longest chain now. So it is, if I write like this, CH2Br, CH2Br. Okay, this is the longest chain. Clear? So now let's name this compound 1, 2, 3 carbon atoms, and 2 methyl groups have been attached to second carbon atom. Clear? So now let's write the IUPAC name. It is bromine is attached to the first carbon atom. So it is 1 bromo, and you have two methyl groups which are attached to the second carbon atom. So 1 bromo, 2 dimethyl. Clear? Because 2 methyl group have been attached. So 1 bromo, 2 dimethyl. How many carbon atom? 3. It is pro R single bond. So it is propane. Clear? It is 1 bromo, 2 dimethyl propane. Got it right? So it is very important to note all the bonds which is present. So by knowing the bonds which are present and the halogen and the methyl group which are attached to the particular carbon, if you identify that, this writing the IUPAC will be very easy. So let's take one more example. The next example is CH2CHCl. Yes, students. So in this case we have a double bond. Only two carbon, but we have a double bond. So it is chloro, 2 carbon, eth, and they have double bond. So eth. This is chloroethene. This is the compound. And then let's take some aromatic carbons. Okay. So we have a benzene ring where 2 bromine groups are attached. So now let's name this as this is first carbon and second carbon. So the IUPAC name will be 1,2-dibromobenzene. Clear? The position of the carbon atom 1,2-dibromobenzene is the IUPAC name for this. And we have one more bromine here. And the next example, this is the next example. Don't get confused. So first let's start giving the number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Clear? Because you know that we should start numbering from the halogen group itself. In this, so we have the bromine halogen group is attached to first carbon, third carbon, and the fifth carbon. So IUPAC name will be 1,3,5-tribromo, because we have 3 bromine, tribromobenzene. this is aromatic compound. So we have CHCl3. The next example, CHCl3. Okay, so it is, you have three chlorine atoms which is attached to a single carbon. The structure is simple, is chlorine. Only one carbon atom, so no need to worry. It is trichloro. We have three chlorine and only one carbon. It is meth, and all are single bond, so it is methane. Clear? Trichloromethane. And if it is CCl4, that is carbon tetrachloride, then the same thing, it is all the four chlorine atoms are attached. So now it is tetrachloro, only one carbon, so it is meth, and all are single bond, it is methane. Clear? So this is how we write the IUPAC names for haloalkanes and haloarenes. So in order to write this IUPAC name, you need to focus on your last year first, that is first organic chapter. There you will get the clear information of how to write all these IUPAC names. Clear? So now let's go for the methods of preparation of haloalkanes. Preparation of alkyl halides or IUPAC name is haloalkanes. How can we prepare haloalkanes? We can prepare haloalkanes by using alcohol. The general formula of alcohol is ROH. These things also will get in your first chapter of first year PUC. You need to study this before coming to this concept. Clear? So let's take the first process. When alcohol is treated with hydrochloric acid in the presence of zinc chloride, you get an alkyl halide. You can write it. We have alcohol. When this alcohol is treated with hydrochloric acid in the presence of anhydrous zinc chloride. And when you heat it, it forms alkyl halide. Yeah? Alkyl halide, RCl, and water will be eliminated. Clear? So it forms RCl, that is alkyl chloride. If you take any X also, it is possible, that is an halogen. It forms alkyl halide with the liberation of water. Let's take an example for this. R may be any hydrocarbon or any alkyl group. So CH3OH, you have methanol or methyl alcohol. When it is treated with hydrochloric acid in the presence of zinc chloride, which is anhydrous zinc chloride, it forms CH3Cl and H2O. Clear? So this is the first method of preparing alkyl halides by using alcohols. This process we call it as Groves method. Clear? Groves method, Groves. That was Groves method. Groves method is preparing alkyl halide by using alcohol by treating it with hydrochloric acid and zinc in the presence of zinc chloride and heat. Clear? So let's go for next, Darzin's process. So in this, we treat alcohol with thionyl chloride, that is SOCl2. Let's check out the reaction. ROH, that is alcohol, when it is treated with SOCl2, that is thionyl chloride, we will get the alkyl halide RCl with sulfur dioxide and with the liberation of hydrogen chloride or hydrochloric acid. Yeah, so this is the reaction of Dassen's process when alcohol, this is alcohol, when it is treated with thionyl chloride. Thionyl chloride, it forms an alkyl halide with the liberation of sulfur dioxide and hydrogen chloride. Clear? So take the example for this. We have or you can give anywhere any alkyl group. Okay, alkyl group means CnH2n plus 1 group. You can give any alkyl group. We are giving C2H5. C2H5O, that is ethanol. When it is treated with thionyl chloride, it forms C2H5Cl, chloroethane or ethyl chloride. Ethyl chloride, the liberation of sulfur dioxide and HCl. Okay, so this process of preparing alkyl halide we call it as Dassen's process. And next, we can prepare alkyl halides by using alcohol by treating with phosphorus trihalide. Let's check that. When it is treated with phosphorus trihalide, the same thing it forms on X with the liberation of phosphorus acid. 3PO4. Here the same thing is also one more method of preparation it forms. Okay, so here let's take the example for this one. See how you can take any alkyl group when it is treated with PCl3. X means halogens, let me write it. R is any alkyl group and X you know now that is halogen. You can substitute any halogen in this reaction. Yeah. There are some more particular reaction there you need to substitute for the place of X, you need to substitute only particular halogen, that is chlorine and bromine itself. I will tell you, but in this reaction we can substitute any halogen. Okay, so we are substituting chlorine. So what you get is CH3Cl plus H3PO4, that is phosphorus acid. Clear? So this is the third type of preparation, and we can even get alkyl halide by treating alcohol with sodium bromide and sulfuric acid. This is the fifth type. ROH we have. When it is treated with sodium bromide NaBr and sulfuric acid, it forms RBr, that is an alkyl halide, and it forms sodium hydrogen sulfate. It's also known as sodium bisulfate with the liberation of water. This is the fourth type of fifth type of preparing alkyl halide by using alcohol. Clear? So let's take the example, which 5OH plus sodium bromide, when it is treated with sulfuric acid, it forms ethyl bromide, bromoethane, sodium hydrogen sulfate plus water. Yeah. These are some methods of preparation of alkyl halide by alcohols. So we have two more methods. By the method we can prepare alkyl halide by halogen exchange method. Halogen exchange method. Okay. So these we have two reactions. One is Finkelstein and Schwarz reaction. Finkelstein's reaction and Schwarz reaction. Clear? So these two reactions are very important from the point of your board examination. Okay. So in this case, we use only alkyl halides like alkyl bromide or alkyl chloride itself. Clear? We use alkyl chloride or alkyl bromide in Finkelstein reaction. We will react with sodium iodide. Let me take the reaction. We have RX when it is treated with sodium iodide in the presence of dry acetone, there will be an exchange of halogen. So we call it as halogen exchange method. So in this reaction, halogen that can be used is only chlorine and bromine. Okay, no other except chlorine and bromine. Okay, what happens now? So we will get alkyl iodide plus sodium halide. Clear? So let's take an example for this one. This reaction is very important. So pay attention. So CH3 and X, let it be chlorine. This is the simplest example we can have. Methyl chloride. So when it is treated with sodium iodide, what happens? Halogen exchange takes place. So it forms CH3I, that is iodomethane or methyl iodide, and it forms sodium chloride. Okay, this is the example of a Finkelstein reaction, and this is the general equation. Don't get confused. Here in this case, we will be having alkyl halide when it is treated with sodium iodide. In this case, alkyl halide should be alkyl bromide or alkyl chloride itself. Clear? So this type of reaction we call it as Finkelstein reaction. And we have the second one, that is Schwarz reaction. Second one is Schwarz reaction. This is also a preparation of alkyl halide by halogen exchange method. In this case, we will use the alkyl halide. Alkyl halide is treated with silver fluoride. Okay, alkyl halide is treated with silver fluoride. So the halogen exchange method, we get alkyl fluoride plus silver halide. Clear? So this is Schwarz reaction. This is also very important. So I will take the example. So here also X should be chlorine or bromine itself. You should have the halogen of chlorine and bromine itself. Let's take the same example, CH3Cl, when it is treated with silver fluoride, AgF. It forms CH3F, that is fluoromethane or methyl chloride plus silver chloride. Clear, students? So this is the example of Finkelstein and Schwarz reaction. So this is regarding the preparation of haloalkanes